Hi, everyone. I hope you have been enjoying these interviews. I just want to remind you that if you have recently taken the IELTS, please come to IELTSnetwork.com and share the questions you faced. In doing this, you'll be helping other test takers be better prepared for their exam. You'll also help the international online IELTS community have a better understanding of the question types and the topics and the trends that are currently being used in the examination. And in addition to students, this helps people like me create more effective and relevant video lessons for you. Thanks very much and enjoy episode 24. IELTS Cast, episode 24.
You're listening to IELTS Cast, the podcast that puts you in touch with successful IELTS candidates from around the world. Listen and learn as they explain how they achieved Band 7, 8 and even 9. Now, here's your host, Ryan.
Hello and welcome to IELTS Cast. Today I'm speaking with Abid, an IELTS candidate from Lahore, Pakistan. Abid has scored an overall band of 7.5. He took the general IELTS and he's here today and he's going to share a little bit about his experience and how he approached preparing for the examination. Hi Abid, welcome to IELTS Cast.
Here I am.
Abid, we were talking earlier and you said that you took the exam for two purposes. One was for immigration and the second was just to kind of check your English level in general. You scored an overall band of 7.5, which is an amazing mark. Was that the mark that you were expecting that you would get?
Well, I was surprised with not the overall band, but I was surprised with my performance in my speaking part of the test. I was expecting more than that, so it was more of a very even thing. Like I wasn't expecting 7.5, but I was expecting like something like 7 overall band. So this was my requirement. So this was I prepared for. So when I got 6.5 in speaking, that was kind of a setback in itself. So overall, it was kind of very satisfactory result for me.
Okay, great. And was this the first time that you took the exam?
Yeah, this is for the very first time I took the exam.
So what was the time frame between when you decided you were going to take the IELTS and when you actually went and engaged the examination?
I took 3 weeks to train myself for the exam. And I joined one institution here in Lahore to just experience the environment. Like for listening, you need to get into that environment where you have that hall and you have sound system set up so that you can just make sure like this is gonna be the real environment in which you're gonna appear to for your actual exam. So that helped me in just getting used to with the sound system and then the recordings itself. So and it was some practice on daily basis, for the first 3 days of the week, and after 3 weeks I got registered and then prepared the exam in a month time. So
okay, this was a course, a 3-week course.
It was it was kind of very introductory course. I wasn't aware of the format. Like I didn't read anything from the internet or from the IELTS website itself. So I went to the institution and they just explained me the format. They just explained me the sections in individual module of the IELTS. So that was just to get some understanding before going into the exam. So that was just 3-week introductory course and that was it.
I see. Okay. So then it sounds as though you were doing lots of practice examinations under exam-like conditions during this course.
Yeah, this is true, and this is what helped me to really really perform well within the actual exam. So
if you were to estimate, I mean, how many practice exams do you think you did?
With respect to listening only, it could be anything between 15 to 20 practice sessions.
Okay, terrific. If we talk about listening in particular, you were able to score a band of 7.5. So what were some of the study strategies that you followed in preparation for the exam?
Like as I said, during the preparation itself, like it was more to concentrate on different accents, different quality of recording. So sometimes they played very weird recordings, so that we can just concentrate more and just try to understand what's going on. And sometimes the recordings were very easy, so practicing with those very different kind of recordings helped me to to get an idea like how things can be uh, can be in a different way. Things can come in your way in a different way. So that was the the idea to just practice for that listening part of the exam. So
Okay. Okay. So it sounds as though you did a lot of training for accents. Now, when you started doing the practice exams in the first week of those 3 weeks, was the mark lower than 7.5?
it was always more than 6.5 and
Okay.
around 7. So we like the strategy was like we used to give our routine tests
Hmm.
like for all those skills, and they evaluate every student, and they just issue a band, and any student can get an idea like how much band he's gonna score in the actual exam. So it was always around 7, 6.5, 7.
Okay.
They were strict in their assessment with respect to speaking and some other writing skills, so that student don't get carried away for the actual exam. They just whatever they expect, they get better than that. So
Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about then. So you get into the examination. So tell us a bit about the strategies that you followed for the listening section.
listening section, like it was whenever they any section ends, like I was just scanning through some of the questions ahead of me, like the next section. So just trying to get some idea like what's gonna happen to the very next moment. So just read few of the next questions, and then try to concentrate on the recording itself. Then the way the recording came, and you just try to find those points which you need to track on your sheet.
Hmm.
So it was just kind of concentrating very hard on the recording itself, and then just quickly noting down and writing down those points on your sheet.
Okay. And do you recall what accents you heard in the exam?
It was multiple accents. I'm not sure what I really heard in the exam itself, but when I was practicing, like we practiced with very different accents, like with different recordings. Even the quality of recordings were different. Like sometimes they played, as I said earlier, like sometimes they played very weird recordings
Hmm.
just purposefully, so that the students get some concentration going on, so that they can perform well on the examination days.
Okay, great. Okay, so a bit before we move on to the reading section, is there anything else that you'd like to share about listening?
I would say like at all the time during the listening exam, we as a candidate, as a student, we need to I personally I did concentrate very hard on the actual recording. So as the moment you lose your concentration, you're not gonna be able to catch it. So
Hmm.
concentration was the main part in the listening
Hmm.
module, I think.
Okay, okay, great. Now let's move on to the reading section. Again, you scored a band 7.5. I'm assuming that you sort of followed the same progression as you did with the listening, where you had this 3 week course. You're doing practice tests under exam-like conditions. So what was the progression during the 3 weeks? Were you making improvements with your mark as time went on?
Yeah, reading was kind of very very tricky thing when I was practicing. Like sometimes I got the score very very satisfactory, but sometimes it was bad. So I was just trying to get used to with the format. so that I can, just go on the same line that I need to do in the exam. So during the coaching itself, it wasn't, a stable thing. Like, it was always fluctuating. Sometimes I got 7.5, sometimes I got even 5.5. So, but I just kept few things in mind. There were few strategies going around, so few tips, and for most part, like, it was just making sure like I understand what I need to do on the exam day. So just understood the format well, and then
Are you familiar with the interview that I did before with a person named Vidit?
yeah, we
Okay.
did that interview.
Now, see,
I
what's
heard
interesting?
that.
Yeah, I put together a video and put that on YouTube of the conversation I had with Vidit, and so Vidit's approach to the examination, as you know, is a little bit different. So he'd read, one question, find the answer, read the second question, find the answer, read the third question, find the answer, and then I put this video on YouTube, and then people were commenting on that video and saying that they didn't follow the same strategy that Vidit did, but they were still able to score well. So, what sort of strategy did you follow when you were in the reading? Were you reading parts of the text first and then going to the questions, or were you skimming the questions first and then going to the text?
Yeah, to be very honest, I just followed the same strategy which we did, shared with us. So I always used to read questions first and then find the answer. But I wasn't aware of that, tip, like the answer is gonna be in a sequential way. Like, you're never gonna find an answer of question two before question one. So uh, yes, I did follow the same strategy which Vader said,
Hmm.
but sometimes, like, when I was just training within that institute, so that time I just tried different things. And sometimes I used to read the passage first and then read the question, then find those answers
Hmm.
by going back and forth. But then on the actual exam day, what I did is like same what Vader said. Like, I just read the questions first and then I came back to the passage itself, just find those answers. And
So when you read through and you find the answers, so what's your style? Are you doing lots of underlining of text, inside of the passage itself, or are you writing notes in the margin to remind yourself about where information is?
I would say no. I didn't mark anything. I didn't put any short answers,
Uh-huh.
anything. Like, it was just trusting your just ability to move back and forth, and just trusting your memory, so that you can memorize few things very for short period of time. And then just it wasn't anything like I didn't make any notes, any I just did it on the fly.
Hmm.
I didn't make any notes. So
Hmm. Now let's move on to the writing section. You were writing the general, so you had to write a letter and you had to write an essay. So if we were to first maybe talk about the letter, what were some of the approaches that you took there?
well, during my practicing period, like, we were told to make sure we write our first task or whatever the second task within the given limit of words. So
Hmm.
first we were trained in a way, like, I used to write a letter or essay, whatever it is, within the given words limit. That
Hmm.
was my first thing. And secondly, like, it was kind of sometimes, like, if we talk about the essay itself, like, we get sometimes an argumentative essays, like, to write within IELTS exam. So just to build up the your build up your whole content in a way, like, first you introduce your viewpoint, then you start argumenting on one side, you choose one side, and then at the very end you conclude, and the comments you add within the body of your essay, just put those that conclusion. So it was kind of staying on a one side, rather than coming going here and there, and just covering the both aspects.
Hmm.
Like, for argumentative essays, like, you need to stick to one side, and you need to prove that this the side which you chose like is the one is proven by your conclusion which you do at the end of your essay. So
Yes, yeah, yeah. You know, it's funny because sometimes I think candidates, they get a little bit confused and they think they have to support both sides, but that's not the case at all. You can disprove the opposite side as part of your evidence to prove the argument that you're making. But when you start to provide too much concession, it's not going to work to your favor. So you're right. Yeah, I mean, it's good to just focus on the argument that you've made and stick to just proving that argument and providing evidence that does that. It sounds as though you obviously had a do you agree or disagree sort of question.
yeah, this is true.
What was the question? Do you remember?
Well, I don't remember exactly, but it
Okay.
was like women's role in society or something like that.
Okay.
I don't remember it exactly, but what I did is like yeah, I chose one side. I stick to that. I stuck to that, and then what I did when I started writing my essay, I wasn't going in the right direction. So luckily I was using a lead pencil, and then what I did is like I just erased the whole thing and then started from the beginning again. So in writing, like I would say, like there are scenarios where you are not going in the right direction, but you need to. I think personally, students need to use the lead pencil, and so that they can erase if they feel like they are not going the right direction. They have make although these things not count within the actual marking of the essay, but leaves it gives you some margin to to correct your mistakes and write an essay in a clean way. So this is what I use when I was writing that essay. So
Now you wrote it in pencil and then you erased everything and then you wrote over the same area, correct? Where you had erased
yeah,
it? Yeah.
yeah, this is true. This is what happened to me. Like as I said, like I was making some mistakes. The content that was in my mind was not what I was writing on the paper. So it was kind of contradiction.
Yeah.
So then I went back and just did some rethinking, and then I just erased some of the content. Like it was 40-50 words. So then I just picked up this essay from there and just wrote it down again. So and at the end of the writing task, I was pretty confident I'm gonna score like 8 band. So this is just because when I felt like I'm not doing it in a right way, I just erased it and I just started writing it again. So there was no panic situation. I was able to complete my essay before the given time. So the idea was just to stay calm and just to concentrate on what you have in your mind, and then just keep writing that content on the paper. So
Did you have any problems with time at all when you got to the last few minutes of the writing?
well, to be very honest, like in any of the module, I didn't have any time issues. Like I was able to complete my every module before time and on time. I was able to review some of my stuff. So that's it. Like
Okay.
for writing, like I waited for almost 5 minutes to for the examiner to get my sheet. So it was very enough time for me to write that essay. So
Okay, great. Okay, and do you recall what the letter was about? What the subject of the letter was?
I think it was like there's some construction work going around your house or office. You want to write a letter to get that sorted out in a positive way. So it was something like that. So
Anything else you'd like to share there, Abid?
like writing, I would say like yes, writing. Your writing improves a lot with practicing. So just try to write 10 to 15 to 20 essays before you really go into the exam, and make sure there are no spelling mistakes, the grammatical structure is okay, and then if you can like use the pencil to just make sure like you can erase or remove any content that you don't want to, rather than cutting it around. So it doesn't leave good impact on the essay itself. So, and that's
Okay.
it. So.
Now let's move on to the speaking. You scored 6.5. Now, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background? Because I'm sure that you didn't just spend 3 weeks, studying from start to finish.
So, if we, when we talk about speaking, like there is only one section which is critical, and this is cue card section. So, uh, mostly you need to prepare well for that particular section.
So
So,
now, Abid,
uh,
why do you say that? Why do you say that the cue card section is the most important section, and you need to prepare more for that?
actually, I didn't prepare for any other section, and what happened, like in my example, I didn't perform well in the cue card section, so that's why I was not able to get the required band or satisfactory band, what you call it, like a good band, like a perfect score. So uh, the thing was, like I was not able to perform well in the cue card section because I wasn't sure, like I was like when the topic was given to me, I thought like I can speak on that, but since uh, I I was lacking on the practice thing. I never practiced for that particular part of the speaking module. So and that thing punished me. So I was not able to speak frequently. I was not able to stick on the topic itself. So I was just going around here and there, and it's just like got confused and got stuck with some of the stuff. So that I would say, like if you want to score good band within your speaking module, just concentrate on the cue card section itself. After the cue card section, when the cross questions start, like student get can perform well, like it's a kind of conversation, and some questions asked by the examiner can involve you in a better speaking thing. But in a cue card section, it's the student itself, like he himself needs to just carry on his share that share his comments on that particular topic. So I would again say, like cue card is the most tricky thing within the speaking module. So
So you think that a student should spend more time practicing on how to deliver a monologue, how to speak at length, how to connect ideas, how to avoid repetition, these sorts of things.
yeah, yeah, this is true. Yeah, if one practice for the cue card section, like the chances are he's gonna get good band within the speaking module. So obviously need to practice for the duration of the conversation, like practicing for 5 to 7 minutes is gonna be good. Like at the exam day, you need to only speak for 2 minutes. So it's good if we practice like 5 to 7 minutes. So this was not the case with me. So that's why I was not able to band. I was not able to score a good band within the speaking module, especially that is because of the cue card section.
Okay, interesting. And do you recall precisely what the topic was on the cue card?
Cue card, like it was a magazine. It was a topic was like the magazine I read on daily basis, and why I like reading that magazine. So it was that. So
Okay, great. Yeah.
any magazine, newspaper. This is not the exact thing, but this was related to any magazine that I read. I like to read, and why I like reading it. So this was the topic. So.
I see. Okay. Maybe I could ask you to share what advice would you give to a person that is, say, at around a band 6.5 level, and they want to bump everything up to a 7.5 level?
Well, I would say just like practice is necessary here. Like practice is the must thing if you want to score more than 7 bands. So just practice. Like it's not like you do it all the time in your day. It's just like you practice it for an hour. Okay, you just practice for your reading, writing, listening every module on daily basis. Like and just practice for like couple of weeks. Like gonna make you comfortable and gonna make you confident. Like going to the exam. So And with respect to writing, like just make sure like you do your writing and you just get checked by your teacher or supervisor. Like so, with respect to with respect to speaking, and you need to speak with someone. Like if you work in an environment where you do a lot of communication with the persons like who are native English speaker, then that's fine. If you don't have that in luxury, so then you need to practice with your colleagues, with your even in your personal daily life. So, and coming back to listening again, as I said, like I was doing practice in the real exam environment. Like there was sound system, there were 40, 50 students within the hall, and we were doing practice as a class. So that really helped me to get used to with the all that environment thing. Like there are so many students there, you need to there might be some noise around, so you need to stay focused. You don't need to lose your concentration, otherwise you're going to lose your whole section for that part of the listening. And reading, I would say, like general training reading is kind of easy. It's not that tricky or that tough. Again, practicing for like a couple of weeks, and you will be all ready to appear in the exam and hopefully get a good band.
Abid, thank you very much. That's great advice, and I think that everything that you shared today will be very helpful to everyone listening.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you for downloading from IELTS.com. Have you achieved an overall band of 7 or higher on the IELTS exam? Why not contribute to the podcast? Contact Ryan at his blog, IELTS.com,